Alright everybody, this is Bike Life. If you get the code P0171 Bank 1 lean code, then you get a code for a mass airflow sensor, O2 sensor, could be a vacuum leak. Well, I changed the O2 sensor. Of course it wasn't that. So I got the tinkering up here and I started unplugging each individual coil. You see if the motor would change. Well, on this side, depending on your vehicle, Bank 1 is on the right side of a 2003 F150, which I have. So I started unplugging each coil. Engine would change when I unplugged, you know, number 3. The engine would die down. As soon as I plug back in, you know, it would idle back up. Number 1, you know, I would unplug it, and it did nothing. So I said, I would even unplug the fuel injector itself. You know, I didn't get no change in it, but I could unplug number 3 fuel injector. I would get a change. If I unplug number 5, and I would get, you know, a change if I unplug the coil or the fuel injector. So I said, before I go start changing, you know, the mass airflow and digging into all this other crazy stuff, found out that it was the coil pack for Bank 1, cylinder number 1, which I had to finish, you know, tightening up the bolt that where I put the new one in. Well, here's the old coil. But to test it out, what you can do, you know, you plug the ignition coil in, you find the ground on the motor, and what I did, I took a spark plug that I had laying around, you know, plug it in here, you know, put it inside the coil, and what I did, I grounded it right here. So I took and started the truck and put a spark plug in. There's no fire. So I took number 3 coil pack out, grounded it, you know, right here, and actually took number 1 ignition coil plug and plugged it in that coil. Number 3 coil, put it right here, and I had fire. So I said, that's odd. There's no fire coming from it. So what I did, I went and bought me a coil pack. Put a new coil pack in. Perfect, no problems. No miss, no hesitation, no rough idling, no bad hesitation, which is what I got, you know, actually on the way home from work one day, you know, started running really bad. So if you got a cylinder that's missing, do not keep driving it. But if you have to at least get it to your mechanic or to the auto parts store, unplug the fuel injector from that cylinder, because what it's doing, you know, it's not burning off of any of the excess fuel, which means you're washing out your cylinder, which means you can eventually, you know, ruin that cylinder. But I wanted to, you know, do this little video, which I normally don't do, because this is my boy's YouTube channel. But yeah, I just wanted, just in case somebody else is having that same problem, you know, which I've seen a lot of videos, which I looked at after I fixed it. I'm like, man, everybody's talking about vacuum leaks, mass airflow, cleaning mass airflow sensor, and things like that, which, you know, of course I had no vacuum leak, which I checked for. O2 sensor was a pain, which I did end up doing. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention, I did change the fuel filter. I put a brand new fuel filter on it, which the old one was pretty badly clogged up. You couldn't even blow through it all, and it had a bunch of, you know, dark stuff coming out of it. So I did put a new fuel filter on it. But for future reference, before you start spending a bunch of money on sensors and things like that, if you ever have like a miss or a stutter or stumble, always start checking, you know, your coil pack, check your fire, you know, your fuel injectors. Like I said, unplug it. If you're able to unplug your fuel injectors, unplug your fuel injector. You know, your motor should, you know, idle down a little bit. You know, if there's no change, you know, if you go to unplug one, then that's the cylinder you have a problem with. You know, it's a lot different from bikes, but, you know, I mess with vehicles a little bit, but I'm, you know, we're more bike guys. But just want to kind of share that video with y'all, and hopefully to help somebody else that might have the same issue before they start going to spend a bunch of money or take it to a mechanic that's gonna, you know, beat you out of a bunch of money, which is, that's what a lot of them do. Have a great day, y'all.